Understanding the context of a scripture verse is essential for accurately interpreting and applying its meaning to your life. Let's take James chapter 1 verse 5 as a specific example. James chapter 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Look at the verses immediately before and after it. James chapter 1 verse 2-4 discusses the trials that believers face and how these trials should be considered joy because they produce perseverance. This context sets up the need for wisdom when facing challenges. Verses. James chapter 1 verse 2. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. James chapter 1 verse 3-4. Because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Interpretation. The call for wisdom in verse 5 is directly related to navigating life's trials. When believers encounter difficulties, they may lack the understanding of how to respond effectively, which is why asking for wisdom from God is emphasized. 2. Broader context. Overall theme of the book. James is a practical letter that addresses how faith should be expressed in action. The broader context includes themes of perseverance, faith in action, the importance of good works, and living out one's faith in real-life situations. 3. Historical and cultural context. Jewish wisdom tradition. James draws on themes from the Old Testament wisdom literature. Specific challenges. During the time James was writing, Christians were often marginalized or persecuted. The wisdom sought isn't just about making daily decisions, but about how to live faithfully in the face of adversity. Application of context. After analyzing the context, you can apply James chapter 1 verse 5 to your own life more accurately. Recognize your need for wisdom when facing trials, big or small. Acknowledge that you may not have the answers or the best way forward. Ask God specifically, trust in God's generosity. With the understanding that God gives wisdom generously, you can approach Him with confidence, trusting that He will provide the guidance you need. Act on the wisdom received. When you feel led by the Spirit or receive insight through prayer or contemplation, commit to acting on that wisdom, knowing that it relates to perseverance during trials. Conclusion. By examining the context of James chapter 1 verse 5, you gain a clearer understanding of its application and significance. This approach reinforces the need for wisdom during challenging times and highlights God's generous willingness to provide it, making the scripture more relevant and actionable in your own life. Contextual study enriches your faith and decision-making process, helping to align your actions with God's will.